Good morning, fellow traders. It's Black Coffee Trader. Today is Tuesday, April the 29th, and it's time to go over the daily trade plan for me today. So not much has changed in the overnight, and in fact, I think most of the levels pretty much are the same from yesterday. This should be a fairly short and sweet update, actually. Starting with the NAS here, a couple things have changed. My no trade area, the area I'm not really looking to trade, is this yesterday's high and kind of the overnight high down into this 400. The 19.4 on the Nasdaq is still absolutely major. In fact, I actually would think that the 19.230s here, 250s, I think this might even be more important. I still feel like this is the major level to be on the lookout for, but this one here is the absolute must hold, which is what we talked about yesterday. As far as the trade plan itself, I'm still looking for longs. If we can get above the 600 high and kind of the yesterday's high, really would like to see the market break above there for longs. Not really interested to trade, take shorts down into this major demand area, supply area down here below. Support, whatever you want to call it. I'm not really looking to short down into this. I think it's too risky. Also not looking to short down into this major area down here in the 250s, but I am looking for different from yesterday. Yesterday, I really had no intention of trading in here. What I'm looking for today is if we break down below this and we test this major area down here, that I'm looking for longs up into here with a little bit of caution. I think if this pushes through, that could be a really strong trade. I think the best trade, number one trade, is for this market to continue to push up, retest these highs around the 600 to 625s, and look for longs there. If we lose, here we go with the if-then statement. So if we break above and retest, then we go long higher. If we pull back to this major level of support, then we look for holds for longs. If we lose the 250s and we retest, we look for shorts down into the 18950s. And if we lose that, we look for shorts down into this gap fill area down here below that we still have not filled. So that's the game plan on the Nasdaq. Kind of doing a brief synopsis of the overnight. If you can kind of look at yesterday, we closed yesterday somewhere up here. Well, I think we might have closed in this range, but anyway, we had this big move up in the afternoon session. So yesterday was a big V. We had a bit of chop and some nasty price action in the morning. We dipped down below, tested these lows, and pushed all the way back up. I caught a really nice trade here yesterday, a break and retest long into the day, which was something we were looking to set up. I was actually looking to trade that yesterday. I'm not so much doing that today because of the hesitancy to push through. But then in the overnight, we pushed higher and we climbed above the 600s. We actually ended up rejecting below them, pulled all the way back down here, and now we're pushing back out of here. So I think the jury's still out. I think this could go either way. We really have to break and hold this for really good upside. But the market is definitely poised that way. We're kind of putting in a higher low here. We're also, in a sense, we're almost making higher highs, but we're in a little bit of a trend. I just hope it's not a bearish move, kind of flagging for a rip back down, but that could be the case. So we'll just be careful. Again, making this trade plan in the morning, having a good, clear brain with market conditions, and we make a plan. If we break, so on and so forth, and then we execute our plan during the day. Definitely helps me. It's helped me a lot. I've noticed just in the last couple of days since I've started to do this. ES, let's move to ES. Very similar picture there. The levels have not changed. It did not just adjust the levels at all. Highs from yesterday up here around these 5580s. We did break the 5560s briefly yesterday, similar to what we did on the Nasdaq. We did break the 600s briefly, but it was very brief on the Nas. We did hold above these. I did take a long there, got stopped out. It was a bad long yesterday morning. And then obviously we did see the dip. The move was not as pronounced on ES as it was on the Nasdaq, but we did hold above this for a large part in the overnight session. Dip back, and we're pushing out of here. Again, I really am not looking for something until we break yesterday's high, the 5580s. I really want us to see, us above there to push out of that trade, or push longer, higher, I should say. Gosh, I can't even talk this morning. Haven't had enough coffee yet. That's why. On the downside, if we test these major lows, I think this is the absolute must-hold level on the ES. We cannot fall below the 54.85s. If we do, we're looking for shorts down into this gap fill area down here below at the 53.60s. If we see good holds, if we have a breakdown and we see good holds, at yesterday's lows, around this 54.85, we'll be looking for longs back up into here. That is with a level of caution. This is a very, very cautionary trade. I think, honestly, a break and retest short would be a lot safer than a hold long trade here, but I will be looking for it if that occurs. Again, the number one trade is this break and retest long above yesterday's highs right here at the 55.80s. So that's the game plan on ES. Moving to gold, very, very little change with gold. The only thing that changed was yesterday's highs and lows, the purple and blue lines, and then the overnight session. We did push up nicely yesterday. Did not break above that. There was no trade set up. And again, my game plan is the same as it was yesterday. I'm looking for break and retest longs above these highs around the 33.74s. And if we come back down and test this big area down here below the 32.69s, we'll be looking for long setups. Not looking to trade anything in between here, but if we fall below the 3200s, we'll look for shorts to the downside. YM. Last but not least, and again, almost no changes here. Again, yesterday kind of chopped around. I'm really not looking to take anything until we break this big high from market push back here in early April the 9th. 41.100s, we need to break above that for me to take a long. I am looking for both shorts and longs. If we fall below the 39.380s, we'll be looking for long or shorts down into the 38.500s. If we see a hold there, we could be looking for a long trade there. And then if we fall below the 38,000s, we're looking for shorts. Going back, I want to clarify this if you didn't watch my update yesterday. This 38,500 long, the reason I'm looking for that as a potential, let me just go there. Right here is that 38,500. Well, this is at 38.80, 440. But anyway, the reason I'm looking for this to be a long is if we come back down and test it, then we are looking at these highs from back here in December of 2022 and in August of 2023. And that would be a major area of support. And if we test that, I'm possibly looking for longs off of that level. So that's why that's there. I want to go back. I missed something on the Nasdaq and the S&P 500 on ES that I want to make sure that you guys understand. Notice something. It's actually a little bit more clear on ES. We'll start with ES. So this major area that we've been trying to break on ES has been this 55.60 range in yesterday's high of day, which is up here around the 55.80s. Look at how heavy of a support area this was. We did not break below this. When we finally did, we could not break back above it. And I think this is absolutely pivotal. This is maybe more important than like the Nasdaq 4 or this 5,500 level. I probably is. Notice the daily wicks on the daily candles here on the last couple of days. Big long wick, big long wick. I think that we are poised to push above this and finally get back to the upside. It certainly feels that way. Maybe the market will prove me wrong and we'll reject and we'll go back down. But we are seeing every sign. We've had a bullish move. We've had a lot of uptrending days here on ES, and we're really pushing heavily, trying to break through this 55.60, 55.80 level on ES. And I think that's a very bullish sign. If you look at the Nasdaq, very similar situation is occurring there. You have this major support area around the 400s, like we've been talking about from back here in March. And we this was a little bit muddy here, but we could not break above that. We did finally break, but we really need to break this next one here around the 612s, 600. So if we can break that, and again, you have a wick on the daily candle on Friday, you have a wick on the candle yesterday, and today we're starting green to see this thing hopefully push back out of here. It is definitely more clear when you look at this major level of support turned into resistance. We're hoping to turn back into support, and this is, I think, if we can break, this is a great long setup where you can get a really nice trade, putting your stop below these highs and letting this thing really ride. So I did want to mention that and just make sure that we're very clear on that. I think this is the major area. I still think the Nasdaq 19.4, but maybe I should revisit that. I think the ES 5530s, the ES 5580s are really, really clear. I don't know. There's several levels. I'll see what I think as far as titling this today, but that's the game plan. So keep it short and sweet. It's a great day. Let's make sure that we put green on our charts today and not trade out of emotion, trade with a sound mindset. That's why we do these updates. So good luck today. Take care out there, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, and so long.